Welcome to a brand new episode of the Post Game. I am your host, Davion, and I am joined by my boy Oronde,
What's poppin'?
my boy Matt,
What up?
my boy Eli.
Yo.
How we doing, y'all?
Good.
Good.
Pretty good. I'm glad it's warm.
Ready to get off, but I'm good.
Yeah. It's Super Bowl week, man. We're not gonna talk about the Pro Bowl. No, but that one. Well, actually,
No
let's
one
touch
cares
on
about
let's
it.
touch on that for about 2 seconds. But so, did anybody watch the Pro Bowl?
I watched
No.
it.
I watched one drive and then turned it off.
I watched most of it.
Didn't
Really?
watch it at all. Forgot
did.
all about it.
I was playing Formula One, so I was watching while I was racing.
What's our opinion on the Pro Bowl these days? Because we know how the Pro Bowl used to be.
Unfortunately, the
Yeah.
only people putting in effort was really Micah Parsons and the
Yep.
QBs. But
Garbage.
I think they should just make it a flag football game.
Yeah. Who won MVP?
Herbert.
Herbert. It should have been.
Wow.
It should
Ooh.
have been Andrews. It
Yeah.
should have been Andrews, but Herbert won MVP.
Of course, you're not gonna give it to the quarterback, man. But I feel like over the years, the Pro Bowl has just turned into an absolute clown show.
But the only reason why is because there's two reasons why it's not mid-season like the other major sports, and two, it's before free agency, so no one wants to get hurt while they're trying to make their money.
Yeah.
But you see, like you said, the NBA there's mid-season. Should they move the Pro? Well, they can't move the Pro Bowl to mid-season, can they?
No, they can't unless they give everybody a mid-season break. But that doesn't work with the bye weeks.
Is it something? Is this something? Because I'm not gonna stay on this topic long, but do you think it's something that we should look in? I think the NFL should look into because it looked terrible out there this week. Last week it was just not a fun game to watch.
I don't know how you can make. The Pro Bowl's an honor, but if it's no one's trying, then what's the point? So I don't really know how they could make
Also,
it competitive.
The
Unless you do it for charities.
The skill showdown was much better this season.
Yeah. That
But
was pretty entertaining.
I already forgot the thought I had. Never mind.
I
would go ahead.
I was gonna say I don't know if they do this already, but you know how the NBA they have this is what I think they should do. I think they should go back to the whole draft format where it's 2 legend coaches and they draft their teams, NFC, AFC players, and then it's whoever has the most points at the end of the quarter gets a certain amount of money for their charity or something.
Yeah.
The winner gets $1 million or something. I think that'd be a good idea, but I don't know.
Yeah, I like the idea of
I know that.
No, I like the idea of something changing, just changing it because right now it's just not competitive at all and it's not fun to watch. Because I didn't watch it at all.
I kind of enjoyed it. It was like a snoozer most of the time, but it just turns into backyard football, and that's pretty funny to watch full-grown adults play backyard football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might go back and rewatch it or something just to see if
Just watch the highlights.
Yeah, see if the life is still there. But because right now I'm just not for it. But anyway, man. Super Bowl week. It's a fun week for a lot of people. Include myself. It's just a very intense week, but leading up to the big day on Sunday. But we're gonna get right into some trending topics, and we're gonna start off with Alvin Kamar. So Alvin Kamar, Saints running back, arrested on was it Sunday right after the Pro Bowl. It's so funny that because they were going to arrest him before the Pro Bowl, but they made a deal with the NFL. It was like, hey, can he play? And say yes, and he cooperated, and now he went to jail. He is being charged with battery. I think I'm missing an adjective, but battery pretty much.
Battery and severe bodily harm.
Yes.
Yeah.
For an incident that happened on Sunday morning, about 6:30 a.m., where him and a group of guys beat up this certain guy. If convicted, he could face 1 to 5 years in jail. How do we feel? Give me your thoughts about this.
I need to hear the whole backstory. Like, what led to it?
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah, I
self-defense?
think
He had to be
we'll get-
provoked.
Was it self-defense? No way that was self-defense.
I wouldn't say
not self-defense,
but I think
definitely
there was
provoked. Like he had
Yeah.
to have said something. Like when
I mean, we'll
Jason
probably get
Derulo beat
more
up
out
this
of it.
dude. When Jason Derulo beat up this dude for somebody calling him Usher.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, that ain't self-defense. That's just,
I saw that. I saw that. No, listen, I think it obviously there was something. Regardless
I
of
mean,
about
it could
what
be
it
a
is.
situation where like the dude was like trash talking Kamara or like talking
Yeah.
about his girl or something stupid, you know,
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, I mean, but regardless of that, I mean, I think they went a little extra.
Yeah,
and
they almost killed the guy.
Yeah, and I think if you have a posse like that, if I'm Alvin Kamar, I'm not touching them. I'm just letting my posse
Yeah.
handle it. Like you are worth too much money. You have too much money to be fighting like a thug. Like, come on, man. Like you gotta be smarter than that, in my opinion. Like you really do have to like realize where you are in your life and like how much like what do you like what you have. Like I think that was dumb from him. I think he will get suspended, whether he goes to jail or not, because I don't think he'll go to jail. I think they'll just put him on probation or something for like a year or two. And
He's not going to jail for that.
Obviously not. He's I mean
like a fine.
he has well yeah, he'll get fined and suspended from the NFL. Probably have to take anger management classes. But
he ain't going to do all that. That's not necessary.
Let's be okay.
guys-
Let's be real. That's what happens with all the guys who like get into fights or something. Like it's not a matter of if he's gonna do it or not. It's their NFL's gonna probably put him through this.
Especially, well, it depends on jurisdiction. I promise you, Vegas doesn't do classes for battery charges.
Yeah,
No, it's a
that's true.
felony.
Even still,
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying Vegas is gonna do it. I'm saying the NFL is gonna do it.
That's Vegas. Well, based off jurisdiction stuff, NFL can only enforce so much.
Do you guys think the worst that could happen? Like, what do you think the worst that could happen to him? Like, would he get expelled from the league? Would he get suspended?
He's
for
not
a
getting
year?
expelled from the league, bro.
He'll just get suspended.
No, I'm just
Ray Lewis killed a man and then came back and had a
You know,
Hall of
that's
Fame
right.
career.
There's been a lot of stories of players beating up their just anybody.
What's that dude that knocked his wife out? Ray Rice. Yeah.
Ray Rice.
Didn't he come back and play?
Beat up his
Yes,
kid.
he came back and played.
Beat up his kid. Ray Lewis murdered someone and he got away with it. I think that's questionable.
What do you mean that's questionable? He came back and played the next year. How is it questionable? Oh, you think it's questionable that he killed somebody? That's what it is.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
That's
still
in the air.
Matt's out here trying to make sure he's not snitching. Got it.
No.
No, I think allegedly, yeah. I think the worst that could happen is probably get suspended for the entire season. I think that's the worst that could happen.
I think at most 8.
No. This is like Matt said. This is like the worst that could happen. I'm not saying that this will happen. I think what will happen is you get suspended for like 6 games and you have to go to a class and pay a fine. I mean, that's what usually happens with this thing. Let's be real. Like with any company or anything, like the NFL is very keen on making it look cute from the outside in. But I don't know. No, I think it'll be buttoned up pretty fast by the NFL. But yeah, moving on. Unless I have something else to say about that.
Not at the moment.
I don't think so.
Not at the moment. All right.
We'll just see what happens.
Yeah. So moving on to so all of the 9 vacancies at head coach have been filled. Starting off, well, the last one that got done is the Dennis Allen. He is the new head coach for New Orleans Saints. I called this from the beginning. I thought this was going to be the one that we would choose. I like it. I mean, he's been with the organization for a while now, and he gets the ins and out of the whole situation. But he has a lot to deal with, man. He has a lot of drama that's going on with Alvin Kamar now, and with which I like to call him Slant Boy, Michael Thomas. And we have no money. We have a whole lot of just issues right now. It's a new quarterback either. So I think I'm calling off the next 2 years for the Saints. I think it'll be very bad. They'll be very bad years for the next 2 years. How do y'all feel about this pickup? Well, not about this certain signing.
I mean, I think it's fine. He was with the organization, so you might as well try him out.
Yeah, I don't really have an outside opinion. Never heard his name outside of the organization. So,
he's the Raiders head coach for a couple of years.
You say it like I pay attention to West Coast teams.
I'm just saying
he went defensive coordinator, right?
Yeah, he was our defensive coordinator. Now he's our head coach. But yeah, I mean, I like it just because it's an in-house signing, and he just gets the organization. Hopefully, he can really step up as a head coach and be almost be like Sean in a way. Sean Payton, who I'm referring to, but we'll have to really wait and see what happens there, man. It's gonna be interesting the next couple months. All right, so the next one, the New York Giants. We're gonna go through all of them, even though we've already covered these a couple of things. Brian DeBoe, right? He was there. Dabble, yeah. He was the offensive coordinator for the Bills, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
He took Josh Allen from being a pretty, subpar, not subpar, but above average quarterback to a really great quarterback. So, I mean, that shows a lot there from him. How do we feel about this, man? And can he turn this Giants organization around?
He's got some work to do. Yeah, but he can also improve Danny Jones a lot.
I was going to say that. Yeah,
Danny Jones become good and better.
I mean, because I think if you start putting the pieces and like getting a really well-versed quarterback play down, I think that's what you start to develop such a good team. Do we think how long do you think it'll take for his effects on Daniel Jones to start showing in their team?
Not too long.
Really?
I don't really.
A year.
I'll give it a year.
So we're saying next season they're going to be a team to watch out for in NFC East. Or not even watch out. Okay, not even watch out for it. Let's just say that you'll see a big change in that team.
I think they will be much better next year than this upcoming year because Daniel Jones has literally had completely different coordinators and coaches for like his whole career. So he's not going to – again, he has to do a whole nother like system. Yeah. So he's still going to struggle. But I think he'll be better. Yeah.
I think so too. I like Daniel Jones, man. He went to school kind of like right up the road from my house, and I like the kid. I mean, I think he deserves a chance, even though he was, coming out, he was trashed because he got moved up a couple places. But I like the pick. It'll be very interesting to see what happens. He said he wants to build around Daniel Jones and start, progressing the Giants to being a better team and a team to look out for this year. So I'm excited. I like it. Next up, oh boy, this last name, the Chicago Bears. Matt Elderflus. Elderflus? I like it. I don't know. Then he came from Green Bay, right? Was he at Green Bay? No, he was not at Green Bay.
No, Colts DC. Colts DC.
Yeah. I mean, do we think this is a good move for the Bears?
I think it's a solid move. I think it's a really good move.
I don't know.
Now, did he flop half the season? Yeah.
Yeah.
But he does possess. Usually, when it goes to Chicago, defensive coordinators do well in at least their first season. Now, we don't know anything about longevity, but given the past success of defensive coordinators going to be a head coach in Chicago, I think he should do fine.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I do think there might have been more candidates that could have been better than he is. I mean, but everybody gets a chance. Most people get a chance in this league, and we'll see how he holds his. I mean, what kills me the most is that the coach just needed to win one game out of the last two, and they couldn't even do that to make it to the playoffs. And now he's a head coach in this league when his defense lost to Jacksonville. I know that's like one offense, but I don't know. It shows something. It shows something. But I don't know. Hopefully the Bears can have it going on this week. I mean, this next season. Next up, Nathaniel Hackett for the Denver Broncos.
He was the guy from Green Bay, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And
he was an offense coordinator.
Yep.
And
he was an offense coordinator.
Yeah. And he led Blake Bortles to the playoffs with Jacksonville. Remember that year?
Yeah, that's right.
This is interesting. I mean, if he can do that with Blake Bortles, I guess he can try to lure Rodgers there, or they'll pick up a better quarterback. Or are they gonna let Teddy play? Does anyone know off rip? I haven't been paying attention to the
They probably will unless they don't trade for someone.
Yeah.
Or they just draft someone. I don't think they will though, because I feel like they're trying to win now. I don't know.
I have always been like that. They've always been like, let's pick two pieces up and like win now. They need to like just start from the bottom and get some youth in and try to win in the future. I don't know. Interesting to see what happens there. Because free agency starts on the 17th of March, if I'm not mistaken. If that's right. Yeah.
That's gonna be big.
And I think that'll be a great day. I am very excited for that day. Free agency is my favorite time of the year. So that's gonna be on a Thursday.
What's like the deadlines for like franchise tags and stuff?
It's after that. It's like closer to the start of the season, right? It's
it
is.
It's
in August. Right. It's in August, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, they got a while before that needs to happen. That's always an interesting day too, because you see the people get tagged or moved, and I think Davante Adams. I think when is the Rodgers say he's gonna have his decision made here soon or something?
He said he's gonna have it by free agency.
Okay, so in about a month we'll have where Rodgers will be.
Yeah, he explicitly said I'm gonna have it by the start of free agency by March 16th.
Okay. That'll be interesting to see where he goes controls a lot of different moves in the league. Like a lot of them. Yeah. Like quarterback play, Davante Adams, a whole bunch of different things.
I mean, that whole Packers team
will
change forever if he leaves.
Yep. Oh man, next up we got Mike McDaniels, offensive coordinator for the 49ers, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Under Kyle Shanahan. I
did good when he has a running back.
Yeah.
Doesn't even need a quarterback half the time. Just give him a running back and he can do some magic.
I think if he can establish Tua to be a better quarterback and he can work with him and just work through different situations and stuff, I think that'll be big for him and for the Dolphins. And if they can establish a big culture there in Miami, and he can change up the narrative of what Miami has been over the past 6 months, to say the least. I think that'll be a good move for him.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, he's had some success in offenses with the Niners this past couple seasons, and I think he'll be good. I think he was on staff under Robert Griffin III as well, like when they in Washington when they drafted him. So, I'm interested, man, because I'm reading it says he's been with Kyle Shanahan since he was with the Texans, the Washington Commanders, the Browns, and the Atlanta Falcons before they went to San Francisco. So I mean, he's been able to learn and soak up some knowledge from Shanahan for years now. So hopefully he can be a replica of that. Next, we got a surprising one. Not a surprising one for me, but a little uneasy one for me. Josh McDaniels, Las Vegas Raiders, signed him. He was the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots. How do you feel about this, man?
I don't think it's the right pick.
I don't either.
No, yeah, why? I don't think so either.
Why? Why don't y'all think it's the right pick?
Because it's McDaniels.
Yeah. He was thriving off of Belichick anyways, so I don't know. And like obviously he's not saying the Raiders are bad, but he's going to a less complete team than New England is, I think.
Yes, I would say the same thing about that. Yeah, I'd agree with that statement.
So it's going to be harder for him to get them to be like a winning team.
They should have. I think they should have kept Rich Bisaccia, in my opinion.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, he completely transformed that team. And with me, like when it comes to like these ownerships, like do they not see how how much of a change that like these head coaches are making, like Houston, like Rich Bisaccia, like Houston's guy, I can't remember his name, or Rich Bisaccia.
Lovie Smith.
No, the other one before Levy, the one who got fired.
I forgot his name too.
Yeah. But yeah, like do they not see the obvious like the effect that they have on the team? Like we saw like a team completely change after Gruden left. I mean, we saw a playoff pushing team that were barely winning football games. Like especially through all that stuff that went down with them and with Gruden, with Ruggs, with a couple other of their players like losing their minds and just not doing football things, but they still made it as far as they did. I mean, like that to me, like that has to deserve a second chance, but to these owners, it obviously doesn't.
Yeah, no, it's pretty whack if you ask me.
I completely agree. I mean, listen, Josh McDaniels has been riding Belichick's coattail for the past 10 seasons. I mean, I just don't know what he just doesn't fit the head coach kind of like persona, if that makes sense. Like he just doesn't look like a head coach. He looks like a kid. But we'll see if he can make what's the guy's name? We'll see if he can make Derek Carr, look good. We'll see if Darren Waller can fit the situation. And if Josh Jacobs can get going again. Yeah. It'll be I mean, he has the talent there. He 100% does. I mean, I think you go out and you get to a star receiver this season. Maybe you get a Devontae Adams or something, and then you do good. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I don't know. Just I feel like that's not a good pick up for them. Another one. I don't think we talked about Doug Peterson last week. So Doug Peterson, man, signed for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think this might have been one of the best pickups. All off season long, coach wise. I mean, he led Carson Wentz and the Eagles to the Super Bowl, and I feel like he can turn the Jacksonville Jaguars completely around. So,
yeah.
Didn't most of the guys he signed worked with the Eagles when Carson Wentz was there, like when they went to the Super Bowl? Anyways,
yeah, most of his coaching tree is from him too.
The one that's in Jacksonville now.
Jacksonville now. Yes.
Okay, that's big. Listen, if he can I do think he could completely transform this team around though. It's just be a matter of how well he can turn Trevor Lawrence into. Because I think they're drafting offensive lineman first, right? With that first pick,
they also who else just signed with their coaching staff? Oh, they picked up Brenton Buckner, I think.
Yeah,
the defensive line coach, because he was with the Cardinals and Bucks too.
I guess he's trying.
So they're adding. He's bringing along a lot of good assistants with him.
Good. I mean, he'll put because what division are they? They're in the Houston Colts,
AFC South, and so Houston, Tennessee,
bad division,
and Tennessee, yeah. Oof. I mean, it's winnable, right? That's what you say. It's always winnable. But I like Doug Peterson. I think he was a decent coach and shouldn't have been fired as fast as he did.
They also Pearson Eagles. Also brought along Bob Cooter, Lions OC.
Mm-hmm. From this past season?
Mm-hmm. He worked with Manning, Matthew Stafford, and now he gets Trevor Lawrence. So
it can actually be pretty cool. Hopefully.
Yeah. Well, Stafford. Yeah. I mean, if he could turn Trevor Lawrence into Matthew Stafford, that'd be a big jump, huh? No, but
or a Manning.
I forgot about that guy.
Pocket passer.
I mean, what? But do you think that's? I mean, but do you think that's the way that they should transform? I mean, like they develop him as a pocket passer.
He has scrambling ability though with his tall self.
Yeah, I know he does, but I'm just saying, like, if you were a coach and you wanted to develop Trevor Lawrence, like, what type of quarterback would you want to be?
I would lean
like running gun.
I would lean towards at least like a scrambler like Wilson, because he can still move. Like people underrate his moving ability.
Mm-hmm. Who, Wilson?
No, Lawrence, not
Lawrence.
Wilson.
Yeah,
we all know Wilson can run and gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he'll do fine with him. He'll develop him.
So that's probably why he's be scrambling half the time.
They get another number 1 pick, so
hopefully they give him an offensive lineman, man.
They get Evan Neal.
They're gonna have to. You're probably gonna pick up like the entire Wisconsin draft eligible linemen, because those are some of the best linemen you can draft right out of the college too.
Oh yeah, I mean those. I swear the up north like schools always get really good linemen, because all the big dudes are up north and they want to stay up in the cold for some reason. Ridiculous, but
because we Bears,
because we Bears. Next coach, Levy Smith signed with the Houston Texans. It's so funny how Brian Flores had this job, but they gave it to Levy Smith. I mean, I think it's a nice move. But here's a question: how long do we think Levy Smith actually has in Houston? Like how
2
long?
seasons.
2 seasons?
Because they bring in Nick Caserio, and I can vouch for Nick Caserio and his typical GM and personnel decisions. So he could give him a foundation to at least give him a 2-year opportunity to prove himself. But that depends on the Texans' horrible ownership group.
They're so bad.
Yeah. Wasn't he already with the organization too?
Yeah, he was. He was an assistant this season. Yeah, no, he was an assistant this season, and this.
My bad.
No, you're good. And this just, just opened the way for his job. You know, what's so funny is I was reading something today, and it said that Brian Flores contacted the Saints before putting a lawsuit out, because the Saints were genuinely genuinely wanted to take Brian Flores serious and I think even offer the job to him. So it's just crazy thinking that we almost have Brian Flores as our head coach. But no, I think Levy Smith can do it, man. Their quarterback, Davis Mills. I like the kid a lot. He had one of the better rookie seasons for what he had. I like him. I like what he showed this season, and I think with a good offensive coach and just a good situation, I think he will thrive. So hopefully Levy can figure out what they need to do to get good again. Because go ahead.
I mean, they could develop General Mills. They could, draft quarterback too.
I have a question about that.
Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he could replace Watson?
Yes, I think he is a replacement.
Yeah, he's definitely going to be their replacement, but he's not. Will he be as good as Watson? Who knows? I don't think he will, though.
No, not right now. I think it's still a couple years off if he's going to develop in the right way for that. But with that being said, I mean, if you get Watson gone and you trade him away, I mean, that gives you some capital, either receiver or draft pick or whatever the case may be. Because didn't they say they're going to get him gone too?
They want to move him, but they don't want to give him the liberty of choosing where he wants to go. But he does have a no trade clause for some teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do know that they said that, I think it might be before, or just when when free agency start, they're gonna have him gone.
Try to trade him.
Yeah, is that what it was? I can't remember what day it was.
Yeah, around there. Either before free agency, they're gonna make a decision if they want to try to trade him or not, or what they can get for him.
Man, hope it's gonna be a very explosive offseason, to say the least, man. A whole bunch of people are gonna be moving, and
Hey, if Rodgers leave, I'll take Watson.
Nah,
they have a quarterback.
Yeah.
Y'all
Mr.
do
Love.
have a quarterback. Now, do they think he's developed yet? That's between y'all and y'all, but
Exactly.
y'all already have a quarterback.
Exactly. And then an unexpected hiring. Offensive coordinator for the Rams, Kevin O'Connell, who's been under Sean McVay for a while now, which, in my opinion, that's a great place to be because he's such a smart head coach.
So far, the best coaching tree.
Yes. No. You have to look
Who's
at
better?
The Bucks.
He didn't get hired anywhere.
Because he's black.
He didn't get hired anywhere though.
The Bucks and the Chiefs as well. You have to look at both of those teams whenever you're talking about a coaching tree.
I ain't talking about Reed because Reed has two. Reed has two trees that he planted.
Yeah, he showed that he is the one that you want to work under and learn from, and get a job. Because a lot of his guys are gotten jobs, but I don't know. I hope. I like the move. I like the ability to because the Rams have been good this past couple of seasons offensively, except for Jared Goff, which is Freddie's boy. We miss you, Freddie. But I hopefully he can really help out Kirk Cousins, because Kirk's just. How do we feel about Kirk Cousins?
I like Kirk. He doesn't get the compliments he deserves most of the time.
I think he's good, but it's like
he's like a better Jared Goff.
Can he win you a Super Bowl? Who knows? No,
yeah.
Jared Goff's way worse than him.
I know, but that's why I said he's a better Jared Goff. You think, way worse? Yeah, actually, his numbers weren't too bad this season.
Kirk Cousins had a low key MVP season, but no one talked about it because the Vikings were just kind of like a mid team.
Because they're so bad. I think. One more time. Nobody
never talks about Kirk Cousins
because he's on the Lions. The Lions, the Vikings.
The Vikings.
But I think they just needed Mike Zimmer to be gone, and so now I think something will change this season, and their offense will be completely different from next season in my eyes because of the new coach coming in, but because of how good that their offense has been as well. So maybe we can see a different Jared Goff in the MVP race next year. Maybe that's a early season bold statement is not Jared Goff, Kirk Cousins MVP. We never know. We'll have to just wait and see. But jumping into some NFL honors, man. MVP. Who do y'all have? Okay, who do y'all want? And who do you think is gonna
win? Honestly, haven't even put too much thought into who I want to win it.
Who do you think's gonna win? Who do you think's gonna win? It's between two.
What are we talking about? MVP?
Yeah,
MVP.
I got someone in mind, but other than that, I don't know who will sure win it.
Who do you think's gonna do it?
So I pretty much said. So it depends what position, but wide receiver, I'll say Cooper Kupp.
Well, MVP.
I think Cooper Kupp deserves it.
I do as well. I do think. I think
Cooper Kupp. Man had 16 touchdowns, almost 2,000 yards. So, I think he deserves it. And look what the Rams had now with him. So that's why I think the
MVP. So who I think who I wanted to win, Cooper Kupp. But who I think's gonna win is Tom Brady. I think, him or dare I say it, Aaron Rodgers. Because let's be real, this is a quarterback-driven league.
Lord. Oh.
For one, I'm not even saying anything bad about this dude. Let me finish.
You didn't say nothing bad.
Let me finish talking.
I was just saying, Lord. Finish.
I think this is a quarterback-driven league, and everyone always gonna give it to the quarterback. But Jonathan Taylor, if they didn't have a snooze fest their last 2 weeks, I think he would have had it in the bag. But I think you got to give it to Cooper Kupp, man. His story, what they've done this season, they've played perfect almost, and he's played perfect to be honest.
I have to say something about Jonathan Taylor later down the road, but keep finishing.
I'm done. So go ahead and say what you want to say.
Oh, well, I'll mention him when we talk about Offensive Player of the Year.
Oh, that's the next one I'm going to.
Here, wait.
Go ahead.
Obviously, I would love to see a non-QB win it, but I think it will be Rodgers. I think that's going to be the unanimous one.
Yeah.
He had a great season, but again, he fell short. But they don't. Who knows when they really count it? Because the media is kind of stupid when it comes to awards. So,
would y'all like to know the current top 5 odds for MVP?
Hold on.
I'll just guess it right now. I bet it's Rodgers. It's going to be Rodgers, Brady, Cooper Kupp, Taylor, and then
Burrow.
Yeah, you just about had it right. It's Rodgers, Brady, Cooper Kupp, Joe Burrow, Jonathan Taylor. Rodgers at -500, by the way.
Burrow.
Is it what's the logistics of Burrow actually winning it?
So Burrow is at plus 2,500, which basically translates to like 2%.
Yeah. Oof.
If you look at Burrow did have a good season and he got his team to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
But Rodgers did better than him and Brady, so it's you can't really do that. And then the non-QBs those guys.
But Burrow did also have a better passing completion than Brady and Rodgers as well.
I do think, but I do think they deserved it. A non-quarterback deserves it this year, man. Because without, let's say you take Cooper Kupp out of the picture. Because when it comes to me and when it comes to looking at the MVP, it's whoever you can take out and put someone lesser than in. It's a big difference. If you take out Tom Brady and put in somebody else in that position, I feel like they're going to do the same thing that they did this year because of how talented that team is. The
problem is, though, no wide receiver ever has won an MVP.
I know, but let's just say you took out Cooper Kupp.
He did the Triple Crown. Rice has done a Triple Crown. Steve has done a Triple Crown. Calvin Johnson has done a Triple Crown. And none of them have even come close to getting even top 2 in the MVP conversation.
Well, listen, I just personally think if you take out Cooper Kupp from that team, it's a big difference. It's
I think it's a 2-game difference because you still had, before he got hurt, Woods, and you added Odell Beckham Jr. to your offense. Maybe if Deshaun Jackson doesn't force his way out of the Rams for some God knows why reason, you still have a good receiving core.
How long was OBJ been with the Rams?
I think it's 7 games.
Yeah, half the season.
How long Woods been with the Rams?
Woods was there the whole season.
He's been there for years. He's just been hurt.
3 years?
At least.
I was talking about in total 3 years. And Kupp, 2 years?
Yeah, 2 years.
Because where did Kupp come from?
Where did Kupp come from?
Where did who come from?
Cooper Kupp.
College.
He got drafted.
Yeah, I believe he got drafted to the Rams.
Wasn't it a small school?
Oh yeah, no, it was 100% small school. Yeah, he was a slot receiver before
Cooper Kupp went to Eastern Washington.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. It's a hard one, man, because it's so. Every year we wait and we listen for a quarterback's name to be said. I just think this year it should be different, and it shouldn't be a quarterback that name is because Rodgers. Because MVP stops at. Oh, okay, so MVP stops at the end of the 18 weeks, right?
Yes. MVP is a regular season award.
Cooper Kupp had a good season.
Rodgers did too in the regular season. They finished
Freddie
number 1.
Too, as well.
And the Rams were the 4th seed and not the 1st seed.
And then the Packers were a 1st seed led by Aaron Rodgers. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's on paper. That gives it to
And this
Rodgers,
is me
right?
being unbiased. This is me being unbiased.
Here we go. All right. I'm not okay. Yeah, but I think it'll be a complete toss up. I think it's between those 5 players we named. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. I mean, Joe Burrow has been a quiet name that we haven't really talked much about, but I think it's very obtainable for him to win it. Offensive Player of the Year. I'm going with Cooper Kupp or Jonathan Taylor.
It's going to be Cooper
That's a
Kupp.
tough one for me. But
I think it's Kupp. If Kupp doesn't win MVP, he wins that for sure.
it would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
Kupp. But
Okay, so if Kupp
also
wins MVP,
Jonathan
does
Taylor.
he? Who wins Jonathan? Who wins?
Jonathan Taylor would win.
Jonathan
Offensive
Taylor
Player.
does.
One of those guys is not winning an award.
Yeah,
It's probably going to be Taylor not winning anything,
yeah, I agree.
which sucks.
But that's mostly because the Colts pooped the season.
It
Yeah.
was so bad. I'm still so
Yeah,
mad about it.
It flopped. It flopped bad.
Carl Wentz.
You lost to Jacksonville and who?
Well, and then again, they do always lose in Jacksonville for like the past several years.
Yeah, but you have a playoff berth looking at you in the face for you to just win 1 game out of the last 2. Poor. Yeah, so I think we've all completely agreed on Jonathan Taylor winning it if Cooper Kupp doesn't win MVP, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Cooper Kupp
Basically.
will probably win this offensive player of the
Can I
year.
say some
over-
honorable
Who's even,
mentions?
like the third option besides those 2?
So my honorable mentions for
Jamar.
Florida offensive player
Oh,
would be
yeah.
Jamar Chase and Burrow.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think Jamar Chase wins a Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
for sure he's winning that.
That's cemented already. But moving on to that pretty much. Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think it's just a unanimous decision.
Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase. Yeah.
There's no way. I'm sorry, Mac, but you didn't do enough to deserve this award. Jamar Chase has this in the bag, right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
All right. Look at how quick that was. And then defensive player of the year. TJ,
Hear me
right?
out.
TJ.
Oh no! Please don't
TJ
say Aaron.
Watt.
Please don't say
TJ.
Micah
Aaron.
Parsons
Oh no!
as Defensive Player of the Year,
What about he'll be defensive rookie of the year.
but he could win both.
Who are you talking about?
Micah Parsons.
Oh, Dallas. Yeah.
yeah.
I say
No, I think it'll be TJ though. I agree.
Yeah,
he
he
got
deserves
rookie,
it. He should have got. I think he should have got it last season, in my opinion. Like I like Aaron Donald and all, but like I think he's a little overhyped.
Be careful, the internet will come for you.
Hey, that's why I whispered
though.
it.
I won't say overhyped.
I whispered it for a reason.
Yeah.
I think he's a little overhyped, in my opinion. I think he's. That doesn't mean I'm taking anything from him about how dominant he is.
I'm about to say
he
can't be overhyped if he's dominant.
Yeah,
he's dominant, and there's already conversation that if he gets a ring, he's the best defensive player of all time.
Yeah,
Yep.
and that's like, I mean, do we agree with that statement?
It's a valid statement. You can't
He put
go
fair
wrong.
people hearts.
You can't go wrong with putting him in that conversation at all.
I guess. I'm not gonna dwell on it too much because I think I'm not mad about it or anything. Yeah, no, I do think TJ Watt will win this defensive player of the year. Defensive rookie of the year will probably be Micah Parsons.
It's going to be, not will be.
I mean, like
It's for sure going to be him.
I've never seen a more dominant kid come out of college at that position. I mean, because he plays
And changed that whole defense.
Yes, he 100% did. I mean, they drafted Leighton Vander Esch, what, two seasons ago, and he just moved him right out of the way.
And then they drafted Jalen Smith, and he didn't do anything either.
Exactly. Yeah, and Micah Parsons come in and completely changed the captaincy of of a defense, and taking it on his back, and he's carried them to first round exit. But anyway, comeback player of the year.
Burrow.
Joe
Burrow.
Burrow.
It's going to be Burrow or Dak.
Or who?
Dak Prescott.
Oh no, I don't think.
No.
Yes, I mean I don't think.
No,
I don't think it will be.
Well,
but
I'm just saying it could be one of those.
Yeah. I was gonna say I get your reference, but I don't think it will be.
It was Dak in the first half, and then Burrow just like went
Passed,
up like 10%. So
exactly. Last award that we're gonna be giving out. Coach of the year, Mike Vrabel, maybe.
No.
There's two in my books.
I got
Zach Taylor or
Zach Taylor
or Mike Vrabel.
I personally would go with Zach Taylor, but Vrabel doing that with 80 personnel moves
exactly
is impressive.
I think either of them isn't bad.
I got someone.
Who's your dark horse?
So my dark horse
Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur. No,
are you serious?
I'm just playing.
Oh my god.
Zach Taylor. I just want to hear y'all response on that.
I was about to go off.
Davion was about to have a heart attack.
Bro, I was about to lose my mind.
Nah, Zach Taylor.
What about Kyle Shanahan?
No.
Dark horse?
No.
No.
He's not even top 5 in the odds.
I think the only viable dark horse would be Bill Belichick for doing this with a rookie.
You can give him that you pretty much can give him the award every year. I mean, he's a GOAT. He's the greatest coach of all time. I think you could.
I'm looking at the odds. It's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah.
It's Vrabel at 185 minus 185. Zach Taylor and Matt LaFleur.
I know he is trolling, but he was
serious. Of course, Matt LaFleur going to be up there.
I don't know why.
I forgot Ron Rivera won it two years.
That's right.
He won it when?
2014 and 2012. Or no.
2015.
2015 and 2013. Yeah.
Or something like that.
2015 and 2013.
Yeah.
Who's been the last 3 seasons if you haven't pulled up?
Kevin Stefanski, John Harbaugh, Matt Nagy.
Matt Nagy.
Hey, man, that 2018 season.
Clown.
The double doink. Doink.
That's
so
I think it'll be Vrabel.
Side note, I would like to, since I brought up double doink, y'all know about the Stephen A. Smith burner account on Twitter?
Yeah.
So the person that runs that account is a Chicago fan, right? There's a channel called there's a channel on YouTube that they break down like moments in sports, and they did a double doink video, and I sent it to him, and he was like, the pain of being a Chicago fan. I like bullying Chicago fans. It's a good time.
You know what? That's so disrespectful. You would have got blocked by me, blocked and reported for bullying. No, but I think. Listen, Zach Taylor, he's done tremendously over this past 3 seasons. I mean, you took a team out of the worst division. Your quarterback tears ACL in your second season, and now you're in the Super Bowl. I mean,
they were a sleeper team for the early part of the season too.
Sure.
Yeah,
he was the underdog.
They won that division, didn't they?
I think they ended up taking it, right?
Yeah, they won the AFC North.
Okay.
They was the underdog this whole season, and look at them. So you got to give it to Zach Taylor.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, if almost everything we say is right, the Bengals are about to walk away with 3 of the 7 awards this season. How about that?
I mean, I don't blame it. They had a wonderful season.
They could go out with 4.
Huh?
I said they can win 4. Technically 5, because the AFC Championship and then the Super Bowl.
Oh.
That's what I meant about awards.
I was like, what are you talking about? I was like, there's only 7 and half of them are nominated for them. But yeah, no. I think the biggest one that's going to be a question mark is the MVP. That's the biggest question mark for me.
Because there's so many good people for it.
Yeah. But listen, let's talk about, for the last couple minutes, let's talk about Super Bowl. I mentioned at the top of the episode. Who do we got again? I got the Bengals.
I think
Ram was the only. Yeah, I was about to say. I think Matt was.
I'm the only one that picked Rams.
Yeah, everybody said Bengals.
So I got the.
I'm
Bengals.
definitely going Bengals now. If anybody saw that Simpsons.
I didn't see it. I might make a bet now because.
So at least for this one, I'm I'm not doing any prop bets, but I'm going to bet on the over-unders for pass yards, rush yards, and all that stuff. Because I know for sure I'm going to win money.
Yeah. I think here's my overarching thing about the game. I love this story that the Bengals have. I love they've really been to the bottom and now they're back at the top. I love Zach Taylor's story. I love Joe Burrow's story, turning his ACL last season and now being back. And now he's in the Super Bowl. I love just the whole feel of Cincinnati. I don't like OBJ. If he wins the ring, then the slander at me will come more. I know that's gonna happen. But I love Stafford. I think he deserves it more than anything. And it's a toss-up, man. It's gonna be a complete toss-up.
I love a good feel-good story. I can't go wrong with either team. Yeah. I've just been choosing the Bengals all season, so I'm going to continue with it.
Man. And you've been right.
This game's going to be nuts.
Have y'all heard about the ticket prices?
Oh, they're ridiculous.
I know they're ridiculous.
They for the first time, they've dropped under $5,000 today at $4,896.
Literally, the Super Bowl is for like
people say they money for that.
It's literally for rich corporate people. That's it.
It is
because let's be real. Who's gonna go? Like I can't afford that.
But people like probably in our class, they probably saved up for it because they was ready to go to the Super Bowl. Whoever made it.
I mean, not really. We're poor.
It depends for me. For me to save up for a Super Bowl, there had to be two factors. One, what stadium am I going to? Mm-hmm. Like, what city do I want to go to? And two, do I like who are contenders for that season?
Not even. With me, it's like, do I think we're going to win? Because if I don't, I'm not going.
Personally, I don't really care for if the Patriots are there.
Well, obviously, you have 6 Super Bowls in the past 10
rings
seasons.
out of mind. Right, I'm just as a sports fan. Okay. I love the game of football. If I get to go to a championship game just to feel that atmosphere, that'd be epic because you're not there to go against fan. You're here to watch the best of the best for that season.
No, see, with me, I'm more personal. Like I want to, if I'm going,
yeah, we know you got a personal vendetta. Blah 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 blah. We get it.
Yeah, we know. Saints and Panthers. He always goes to the Saints and Panthers game.
I go to the Saints and Panthers game every season. This season we got
and that man was out of there. He was
gone.
Out of there.
As soon as the game was over, I left. No, I left before the game ended, actually. But no, I really do like the Bengals, but I think it can go either way. And honestly, I don't really care which way it goes. Yeah, that's where
I'll be happy whoever wins, but I do want the Bengals to win.
All right, so I think my final question for the day: Super Bowl MVP. Who do we got?
It'd probably be, if it's not Burrow, it's got to be Stafford.
It'd be Burrow.
Like, it's just a QB award.
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly, Kupp is a good option though.
Yeah, him and Jamar Chase,
and if Kupp win all these things, he gonna break a record.
He's a beast. He's a stud, man. He's really good. He is.
Chase has really proved himself from his preseason woes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, he did spoke it into existence that he was going to break some records, and he did. So
that's true.
I'm very excited, man. But any final thoughts about this season, man? Because it's coming to an end. I think we'll talk next week about the season and give our end of season recap. But any final thoughts today?
Nope. Go Bengals.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's go, Aaron Donald. Get that ring, boy.
Let's go Bengals.
I got Bengals.
Let's go, Joe Burrow. You got it, buddy. You got it. I think he got it.
Big boy man. Burrow.
Joe. I've been waiting on that all episode, and you finally hit it for the end. I was waiting on it all episode.
Joe Shiesty, let's go. That man, that's a cold dude. I
haven't saw this much love for a quarterback in so long. Golly, everybody wants Joe to win
because he's good, man. I mean, Stafford too. I think either or. I don't
hear people talking about Stafford like how they talking about with Joe. All I see on my Twitter. Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You can finish.
All I see on my Twitter, TikTok, Instagram is Joe Burrow, Joe Shiesty, Joe Burrow. I'm just seeing all that. I'm like, I don't see nothing Stafford. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's because it's the Rams. This is LA we're talking about.
Yo, their fans are so fake. Did you see like the send-off tour for like the Bengals, and then you saw the send-off tour? Bro, there's like 30,000 people like full in the arena in Cincinnati on a cold night. And then you go to LA and there was
5,000 people.
Like, are you serious right now?
So the thing about LA, because it's LA, they're used to winning, like the Dodgers and such.
Yeah.
So
very shaky.
An idea I heard from, a realization I heard from Rich Eisen this past week was that they want to see winning first. Just like when I went to the Super Bowl, you notice how all the fans were there, but they haven't been back since. It's because they want a ring in order to, follow full time. Just like the Dodgers, as soon as they started winning championships, like fanship went up tenfold. On top of the fact that it's a major market, they want winning, and they want winning right now. And plus, they've already won over the city, over the Chargers.
Yeah. Come on, Chargers. I think. Oh well. Okay. Here's a question, real quick. What team is this? If the Chargers, not Chargers,
Rams.
Yeah, never mind. If the Rams lose this year, who do we think will win first, the Chargers or the Rams?
Out of the California team? I mean, California teams or LA?
We can go California teams. So that's what? That's
California teams. I got Rams.
That's Chargers, Rams,
Niners,
and 49ers.
And that's it, right?
Yeah, it's only 3.
You said you got the Rams still?
I got Rams still.
I got Rams. I think Rams will be the first.
Niners are still a dark horse because they're just they don't really go for pre-exempt expectations, but they will still show up when they need to.
Yeah.
I would say second would be Chargers.
I hope so. I hope the Chargers really
I want
good.
Jay Herbo to get his ring too at some point, because that's probably my favorite quarterback from that draft class.
Oh, that's my favorite. He's my favorite quarterback right now.
He's also my favorite quarterback too. Because when people mod in players in Madden, dude, he's a menace. Man is a menace in Madden.
Well,
believe it or not, I played with the Chargers on Madden 22, and Herbert, I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like him. Nice.
Gunslinger 101, man. Gunslinger 101. But
you'd be surprised I get dubs with Chargers.
Well, I think that's it for us today, man. Appreciate everybody for listening. It's been a good episode. Super Bowl's next week or this week. It's gonna be a good one. I think it's gonna be a good one, to say the least. But I have been your host, Davion.
I've been Eli.
I'm Matt.
I'm Oronde.
And this has been the Post Game.